What's going on, everyone? Well, it's been a while, I know. I moved to Wisconsin. Yes, that's correct. I am actually putting together a channel. I asked you guys a community post if you wanted a video on just my life and kind of get a peek behind the curtain and whatnot. So look out for that video. That video is coming. I will post the link to that channel here very soon, working out the video, working on that channel. But yes, I moved to Wisconsin. I don't have any of my stuff. I don't have anything. We're still waiting for all that to ship here. So instead of the normal edited videos, stuff like that, you're just going to get me. We're just going to have a conversation. We're talking about Dewey. Dewey Riley is back for Scream 7. Clearly, he is a zombie now, ready to eat brains and take down Ghostface, and I'm here for it. But no, in all seriousness, Dewey Riley, David Arquette, is officially returning for the upcoming Scream 7. Now, look, now we have Stu Macher, right? Roman Bridger. We're getting the greatest hits. We're getting the classics. A lot of just rumor and talk going around about the heavy use of AI, as well as deepfakes and things along those lines, which makes a lot of sense, especially in today's time. Also, the third installment, originally Scream 3, they did that, right? They did something very similar with the voice changer in the Ghostface box. That was something, and then you saw this third installment would make some sense, kind of using that, right? The technology makes more sense now in today's just world, Scream universe, than it did back in 2000, which it did exist back then, right? I've had these conversations before. I've talked about this in live streams, right? Like, you had things like Teddy Ruxpin, and you used to have like these little megaphones where it like change your voice, or and you could even record stuff, right? Like, I was a 90s baby, right? Like, I grew up in the 90s. You had all kinds of voice manipulating things and stuff. But obviously, again, to the level in which it was utilized, it was a little extreme. But today's world, you got computer programs and softwares where you can, right now, you don't even know this is AI. What you're watching right now is actually AI. Surprise. No, I'm just joking. It's just me. But did you believe it? If you did, hit that like button. Let me know down in the comments. But in all seriousness, right? They're clearly doing either some type of flashback sequence, or there's going to be some use of, maybe it is deepfakes, right? I could see something where maybe we get like a deepfake Stu, get a deepfake, Dewey Riley. And what's the easiest way to do a deepfake? Use the actual person, right? It's not a deepfake, right? At that point, it's really Stu. But, I could see something where it's, Matthew Lillard reprising the role as Stu, and he's just kind of, hey, Sid, it's me. I told you I had a thing for you, right? Type thing. And then, maybe you have something with Dewey where he's like, oh, Sid, it's me, big brother Dewey type thing. And you just have these kind of conversations, kind of manipulate with Sid, kind of mess with Sydney. Could they also, which I think would be interesting, maybe they kind of, because her mental was fragile, right? Especially, particularly Scream 3. I understand that was things have changed since then. It's one of the reasons why in Scream 4 she came out, right, wrote the book and did all that stuff, right? Because she wanted to kind of, hey, get out of the darkness, get her mental right, get back into the swing of things, get back to the real world, right? But could they kind of play into that where it's hey, your melon's still a little broken, right? And she's struggling of no, it can't be Stu. Could it be Stu? Maybe it is Stu, maybe it's not, right? I could see something where they do along those lines. But I'm excited for hopefully it's creative. Hopefully it's done right. You have a real opportunity here to do something fun. Do something very creative in the Scream world, especially with today's technology. Imagine that. Imagine you have this psycho killer running around, and on top of that, he's using people's voices and faces, and you don't know who, you're doing a FaceTime, and you think you're talking to the person, right? And it's oh, surprise, it's not. It's Ghostface. It's just, that in and of itself is terrifying. That in and of itself is something that is scary. Now, imagine, you have a killer that is using that for evil. nefarious reasons, right? Like that's one of the big things and concerns about AI, about deepfakes, stuff like that, is using it for nefarious reasons. Well, imagine a killer doing that, right? Like that could really cause some trouble. So I am excited to kind of see how do they go about this? How do they approach this upcoming Scream with all the deepfakes and stuff like that? But Dewey Riley being in this, I think, is really exciting. Having him come back, right? Obviously, I don't, unless they just retcon Scream 5, which I don't think that they're going to do. There's no real way he can come back. I mean, the guy got gutted literally front to back, right? There's no coming back from that, right? Dewey has survived some whoopings, right? Like some ghost face attacks, some brutal ghost face attack, but not to that level. I mean, literally front, like sternum to chest, like, back to, it's just, yeah, like there's no, he's not walking away from that. He didn't, come walking out. Plus, I just think it would take away from that moment, right? Like to do something like that and then to just completely change it and retcon it, I just think it's silly, right? Like what's done is done. Just let it be done. What's over is over. Why kind of drum up the past and change that? Unless, like I said, you Scream what 6, 5, and 6 just don't exist. You're just gonna have those be its own thing. I hope not. I hope that's not the case. But you never know. You never know what direction they're gonna go with this all. But in general, given Dewey's back and Stu and Roman and all these things, I think it's safe to say that we're getting some type of deep fake or some type of ghost face that's returning in some, I don't think it's going to be them, right? I don't think Stu is actually going to be in this movie. I don't think Roman's actually going to be in this movie. I don't think Dewey's going to actually be in this movie. I mean, the actors will be in it, portraying and playing the role, but I don't think that they'll actually be alive, operating and running around, living their best life in the film, right? Like, I think it'll be technology, AI, some type of digital thing. I don't think it'll be. So if you're somebody that's like really like Stu will be back, you may end up being disappointed. Like, just keep that in mind. Don't get your hopes up is my only thing. But we'll see. Time will tell. We're going to find out rather quickly, right? Like how this all plays out, how this works out. But I'm excited to see how this works. But as always, this is a discussion, a past question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? I feel what are your thoughts? What'd you make of Dewey Riley and his return to the upcoming Scream 7? Are you excited for that? Do you think that it's silly? Just kind of like let Dewey stay dead, even if it's like an AI thing or something. But I do think that that's a cool way to kind of manipulate and just kind of mess with the mentals of all the characters and stuff. But again, however you feel. Either way, I would love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you like this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.